I want to brainstorm challenge ideas. Recently, a game that I've been playing is Black Ops 6 Call of Duty. So the reason I picked this game up is because I used to play a lot of Black Ops 2. I still think it's better, and maybe it's just because I'm old. That I think Black Ops 2 is better. Like there are still some really good mechanics. The zombies in Black Ops 6 are, I'll say, pretty good. It's just not quite the same. Black Ops 2 just really was like an iconic game that I don't know if it will ever be repeated. I played the crap out of that game and I haven't been playing this one as much, but I've still been enjoying it. Other video games, I've been watching a lot of Mario 64 speedruns. So I really enjoyed playing Mario 64 on my DS when I was growing up, and I have been somewhat inspired to try and do a bit of a speed run of Mario 64. I'd probably start with like 16 stars. That seems the most doable. Back in the day, I was also doing Minecraft speed runs. I think my best time ended up being about 30 minutes. The problem with that is that there's so much RNG in Minecraft that it really becomes hard to get a good speed run. I also like there's so much like meta stuff that I don't remember at the moment, but I'm sure I could get back into it. Oh, okay. What I really want to do, so back to the econ stuff. I really want to do like a stock picking challenge. You will always lose picking stocks over the long term. I'm just going to put that out there. So, what I want to do is just for fun, like 2 to 3 portfolios of stocks and just see how they perform like over the course of a year. Could be like $10,000. This is not going to be real money, but I'm going to try to use some logic here when I'm doing this. But I think this could be a fun idea. So I'm gonna put that one as like a good idea. Okay, this one I was thinking like maybe I'll do something where like every kilometer I have to. This one would be hard because I don't know if I'd be able to live stream this. I might just have to like record it with the camera, and I'd also have to get a second person to help me record, like exercises or something. I don't know. I don't know. Yell something dumb. I guess like doing like a long cycling trip. I've always wanted to do something like that, like a long cycling trip where you go, like I live in Ontario in Canada, so if you can like cycle across Lake Ontario from Toronto to Ottawa, for example, I don't really know how to make that like entertaining. I guess like you could do some like voiceover about history of the route or something. Like give the emotions of the ride, when it starts to become challenging, like nice looking scenes. That could be fun. Well, I'm going camping soon, which is a good opportunity for a video. I can kind of like talk about the trails. The only problem is that's not super like evergreen in the sense that only people that go there would want to watch it. How do you turn it into a story, or how do you turn it into something that would engage people or make them interested in watching the video, even if they will never go to that place themselves? So this is where like the challenge comes in. Hiking X kilometers every day for 5 days. What I learned or something. And you can kind of like bring in a story, and then it can become about the person, not about the place. People are much more interested in like the hero's journey, the personal story, rather than, well, places can be very interesting too, but they have to have a story as well. I really like the style of videos where like someone buys something used. Like I've been watching a lot of cycling videos, so like they'll buy like a $500 used bicycle versus like a $500 new bicycle, and then like compare and contrast and like see which one is faster. This one I don't really know how I would do. One, because I don't really have $500 to spend on a video. Like 20-year-old bike, age is like a good comparison too, versus new bike vibes. I don't really care what videos I make. I just want to make more videos because I think they're fun. So as long as it's like kind of fun and I can find a way to make a story out of it, I think that's important and that's going to be enough. Fundamentally, the question I'm asking is like, is this going to be an interesting story? Is there an engaging angle that you can take? And there's lots of stuff like that. Like there's this, okay, this one's kind of unrelated. I guess we'll call this real estate. There's this building in Toronto that I have heard of that has been boarded up because somebody bought it, changed the zoning, wanted it to be like single family or detached homes, did not end up building those single family and detached homes. Somebody else bought it and wants to turn it back into apartments. It's a like fully standing apartment building. There's probably like 20 or 30 units in there. It has just been boarded up for a decade now. That would be like a great video to showcase how messed up zoning laws are, how slow cities move, but also how like builders need an incentive to build. 20 or 30 more families could be living in them. Like they look like quite nice apartment building units. So I guess like computers, showing like how I've been using ChatGPT to like help with coding things. There were a couple of really cool things that I did. I think I wanted to pull some data like from a website, and like back when I was in university, this type of thing probably would have taken me like a couple of days at least to figure out, but instead it took me a couple of hours because ChatGPT knew basically exactly what to do. I made these animations for one of my recent videos. So it starts out, nothing on there, and then you like press play, and all this stuff populates, and then boom, this chart goes up, and then boom, number at the top of the bar. And I did that with code. There, so I learned some stuff in university. I would not have been able to figure out how to do that without ChatGPT. Like there's no shot I would have been able to figure out how to do that. Maybe, okay, that's not fair. I could have figured out how to do that. It would have taken me a week or 2 weeks to figure out how to make that simple animation, or just like a really long day, whatever. But it would have taken me at least 5 to 10 times as long to make an animation like that. And I know it looks very simple. So all I did was I researched the type of library that I wanted to use, which is called Manim. And then I said, hey, can you write me some code to do basically exactly this in Manim, with the Manim library? And it was like, yeah, sure. And then it did it. And I had to make a couple like modifications here because I wanted the chart to play in a certain way. And I would ask it to like, oh, can you like fix it so that it does this? And be like, of course. And then like I fixed the runtime of a couple of things because I wanted that to change. But I mean, other than modifying things, which it helps to know some coding, but like it's not necessary. This thing did all of the like the hardest part of coding, like figuring out all of the like function definitions, figuring out how all of the functions in the library work, putting them all together, yada yada. And back in the day, like what you would do is you would like take an example, you'd work off the example, and then you'd like try to build it up into something that you could use. But instead, I just had ChatGPT do it. It's crazy. Like coding in video games, the issue is like this type of thing. I don't know, maybe it's easier with ChatGPT, but this type of thing like takes a while, and it's not really something that I've done a lot of. So I would probably not be that great at it. Ooh, I was a big Pokemon fan back in the day. Also, I'm just such like an econ nerd. Like I probably will want to talk about what's going on in econ pretty often. Some people find that stuff really interesting. This is a lot of what I watch on YouTube. It's definitely a challenging subject to tackle in an entertaining way. I do like I do like a desk setup. It would help me. I partly would want to do this so that people can tell me what I could improve. Maybe it would be cool for people to see like what I'm using. Again, this is probably like a longer term thing. I think that's pretty much it for like challenge brainstorming ideas.